Shalom. All praises, all power, all glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone and teacher and rule well. Peace and salutation to the Akyam, the fellow laborers, the hopeful elect, pushing this truth at risk of the one life through the four corners of the earth. And to the Akwath, listening, learning, sincerity, and in truth and in silence, Shalom. Akyam, meaning brothers, Akwath, meaning sisters, Shalom, meaning peace be unto you. This is your brother Shema from the GMS Toronto camp here in Toronto, here with another lesson. All right. All roads lead to the MOTB.
Of health insurance. This cuts almost $1 trillion. 17 million people are going to be cut off health insurance. This cuts almost $1 trillion from Medicaid. It stops states from charging a provider tax, which helps them fund rural hospitals that the federal government reimburses. It caps the amount they can do that. Everyone knows that's going to hurt rural hospitals and healthcare services.
Right. And listen, this is controlled demolition. Right. This bill that got passed, the big beautiful bill. Right. Listen, hospitals, healthcare. Right. This is all controlled demolition to put people in a state of despair. Right. Put people in a state of needs and wants. They want people to suffer. Right? All roads lead to the MOTB. Suffering people are going to be willing when presented with a solution, regardless of what the solution is. Right? As well as they want mass die-off. They want listen. Before the Georgia Guidestones went down, it said maintain humanity under 500. Under 500. What was it? Under 500 million? Let me look it up. Let me fact check that. Salakia. Yeah. The Guidestones as they stood in 2009. Maintain humanity under 500 million in perpetual balance with nature. Right? So these elites, right, useless eaters, maintain humanity under 500 million. Globalists tell how they will reduce population. Right? This has always been an agenda of these elites, right? So all roads lead to the MOTB. Let me get a scripture. I'm rambling. 2nd Ezra 8 and 50. And it reads, For many great miseries shall be done to them. Right, many great miseries is coming. Shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world. Right, and we're in the latter times. Right. Many great miseries coming to America the Great, Babylon the Great, on a worldwide scale. But America the Great, Babylon the Great, is going to catch it, man. Because they have walked in great pride. Right, and who's been more proud than the Edomite? Right, Esau, Edom, and what is the hub city of the Edomites? America. Right? Listen, healthcare. These elites want to create suffering. Right? This is all part of all roads lead to the MOTB. Right? Food insecurity, suffering, healthcare cuts, chaos. ICE is on a rampage. Detention center, concentration camp like detention centers are being built. Right, and it's only a matter of time before a neighboring state starts to copycat what's going on down in Florida with the alligator Alcatraz. Right? All roads lead to the MOTB.
The amount they can do that, everyone knows that's going to federal government reimburses. It caps the amount they can do that. Everyone knows that's going to hurt rural hospitals and healthcare services. It puts a huge amount of paperwork for people who want Medicaid. And we all know from the Arkansas experience that's going to mean less people on Medicaid. So it is.
See, key thing he said there, it's going to hurt healthcare services and rural hospitals, right? Listen, this devil wants mass death.
Making massive cuts, unprecedented cuts like we've not seen since 1965. And the president hopes he can just go out there and say that, well, it doesn't cut Medicaid, and they've delayed some of the cuts in the bill to not happen before the midterm elections.
Did you see
happen before the midterm elections?
see his hands?
That, well, it doesn't cut Medicaid, and they've delayed some of the cuts.
See his hands? All right. Let me see something here. Yeah, it was this one. It was this one right here. Number 9. It was this one right here. Right? Proverbs 6 and 13. He winketh with his eyes. He speaketh with his feet. He teacheth with his fingers. Right? Right? These listen, these elites, they're all on the same side, man. The red and the blue, the left and the right. They all worship Baal, Baphomet, Shaitan, right? Everything you see them doing is just for they're actors. Let me get that real quick. Congregation of hypocrites. I think it's in Job 15. 35. Job 15 and 34. For the congregation of hypocrites shall be desolate. You know this word hypocrites, it's actors, right? They're on the same side, man, with one common goal. And fire shall consume the tabernacles of bribery, right? You Edomites, Esau, Edom, right? They conceive mischief and bring forth vanity, right? Everything is mischief, man. Everything has a hidden agenda when it comes to these elites. And their belly prepareth deceit. I wanted to get right, belly being mind, prepareth deceit. Right, all roads lead to the MOTB. Oh yeah, it came back to mind. Brakathayaw Shai. Isaiah 47. Isaiah 47. Isaiah 47 and 12. Stand now with thine enchantments, right? Their sorcery, their witchcraft, right? These politicians, right? They're witches, they're wizards and warlocks. And with the multitude of thy sorceries, right? They worship the left hand side. They summon demons and demonic entities. It says here, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth, right? Going back to the inception of America the Great, Babylon the Great, 1776, Adam Weishaupt, right? The NWO, right? Luciferian Masons, right? Labored from thy youth. America the Great is birthed in sorcery, witchcraft, Luciferianism, Masonry. If so be, thou shalt be able to profit. If so be, thou mayest prevail. Right? And ultimately, you're in a trick bag. The Lord has you, America the Great, Babylon the Great, your elites, in a trick bag. right? Your device is going to fail. That's in Psalms. He disappointeth the devices of the crafty. Job 5 and 12. And it reads, he disappointeth the devices of the crafty. Right? The device, the crafty being these elites, their device ultimately being the grain of rice, the Revelation 13 verse 16 on down, the sihip, so that their hands could not perform their enterprise. Let's read this in right, you're in a trick bag. Job 5 and 12 NLT. He frustrates the plans of schemers so the work of their hands will not succeed. Right? Ultimately, you're in a trick bag, man. Right? Let's look at this word enterprise. Strong's H8454. Tusheya. Wisdom, sound knowledge, success. Sound or efficient wisdom, abiding success. Sound or efficient wisdom, abiding success of the effect of sound wisdom. And the Strong's, from an unused root, probably meaning to substantiate, support, or by implication, ability, i.e. direct help in purpose and undertaking, intellectual understanding, enterprise, that which thing is, that which thing as it is, substance, sound, wisdom, working, right, working, right? He disappointeth the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise, right, their work, right? This devil, and he's crafty. Let's look at this word crafty. Strong's H6175. All roads lead to the MOTB. Arum. Aram. Subtle, shrewd, crafty, sly. Right? Crafty, shrewd, sensible, prudent. And the Strong's. Cunning, usually in a bad sense. Right? Crafty, prudent, subtle. Right? Scriptures say he was more subtle than all the beasts of the field. Roughly paraphrasing. The serpent was more subtle than all the beasts of the field. Right? Right, so this devil, you know, he knows he has but a short time, man. Right?
Well, it doesn't cut Medicaid, and they've delayed some of the cuts in the bill to not happen before the midterm elections. Our task is to get the facts out there to the American people that these are the most devastating cuts, all to finance tax breaks for the billionaires.
It's all about making the people suffer.
Reality is 60% of the tax breaks in this bill go to people over $220,000. This is so much worse than either the previous George Bush tax cuts or the Trump tax cuts, because those tax cuts were skewed towards the wealthy, but they didn't take away from the working class. This is making the working class worse off and enriching the richest in our society.
So that call Allah Yahweh ba
17 million people are.
Call Allah Yahweh ba Shem Yahushai ba Shem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of great Milton or teacher on Ruel. Shalom to the elect.